Hey YouTube, it's Brian from Custom Fast RC, bringing you another video tonight on a build I'm pretty excited about. The body you see here is the ProtoForm Cadillac ATS. ProtoForm is definitely stepping up their game on detailing their bodies. In past on-road sedan type cars, they all had the same body and would just change the grills and the rear tail lights to give you the different types of cars. But not on this one. They went all out and made this one really look like a Cadillac all the way around. All the body lines, curves, and features are definitely those of a ATS Cadillac. This one was more so modeled after the GT3 car. It runs in the GT series. I went ahead and bought some aftermarket mirrors and the rear whale tail. I still can't get used to the rear fin on the on-road bodies. So I went with something a little bit more detailed. Same thing with the mirrors. You could find them on eBay. It comes like in a 10-pack with 5 different types of styles of mirrors. Puts that kind of a final touch on the bodies. Makes them look a little bit more realistic. I went ahead and used the Traxxas paint again. Still very pleased with that brand of paint. Haven't had any problems. Went with the metallic black. Kind of hard to see the metallic in the video. The windows, I went with the Traxxas window tint. You can actually see through this from the inside, but not from the outside, kind of like the real deal. The wheels and the tires that I got on here are from HPA. It's from their RS4 Drift. Got that nice deep dish look. I've seen this body done in reds, whites, black, multicolor. It's just endless. All kind of color looks good on this body. And to prove you can do a tuner with an American-made car. Chassis I got going is a vintage from 1998. It's a Traxxas 4Tech. It came ready to run. Back in the day it really wasn't that quick. It came with a brushed motor. And I think all you could run on it at the time was 2-cell. I was able to find the motor. It was a Traxxas Stinger motor. I did find a speed controller, but it was used, and I just have a hard time buying used equipment or electrical equipment unless it's from somebody that I know. So I just decided to go with the Sidewinder setup from Castle. Put the 5700 kV on there. I can run 3-cell, and this car will move pretty good with this little setup on here. Was talking to RC Persuader about these glitch busters. He uses them and likes them, so I figured I'd give them a shot. Had a couple of them that came with some servos. I really wanted to stick with everything Traxxas, but it just motor and ESC, it just wasn't realistic for what I wanted to do with this. It's going to be more of a shelf queen because of the age of it, conversation piece. It is an 18-year-old design. Pretty much everything on this car you still can get on eBay. The belts, pulleys, the upgrades that are on the car were upgrades that you could get back in 1998, like the shock caps, rear bearing carriers, the front steering blocks. The diff design they had back in 1998 was a little bit crude, but it's still a pretty decent setup. I left them in there. The only thing that's really not stock on it right now is the bell crank. The bell crank it came with were just basically wires bent through holes. Not a very good setup. So I got the bell crank from the Nitro Fortec and put that on there. And I got rid of the servo saver, put a regular servo arm on there. The drive shafts are pretty much the same. The A-arms on the electric Fortec are a little bit shorter than the ones on the Nitro Fortec. The upper and lower chassis plate was one of the things that I really had a hard time finding. I think I searched for about a month, and then I finally ran across them, and you're not going to believe the pace that I found them at. Anybody who's into modifying life-size cars, hot rods, race cars, a company called Jegs, believe it or not, Jegs sells RC car parts. They had the carbon fiber upper and lower plate, so if there's something you guys are looking for and you can't find, get on Jegs' website, their RC section, and take a look. They just might have what you're looking for. I will run this car every now and again, but not too much. I don't want to destroy it. I don't want to scratch up my plates or anything like that, so it's going to be more of a shelf setter than anything. Which reminds me, a lot of guys have been asking when I am going to be running my cars. I'm getting everything ready for this summer. It's just really been a crazy past year. I get phone calls daily on people wanting me to make things and do things for them, and hard for me to say no a lot of times, so I keep on taking these orders and taking time away from myself. So I'm going to start slowing some of that down and actually get out there and do something with these cars that I've been building. But yeah, like I say, if you did want to put together an electric Fortec, parts are still out there. I do have an original plastic upper and lower plate. It is pretty beat up, but seems to be the hardest thing to find. I have not been able to find the original diffs as an aftermarket or anything like that. So if you come across electric Fortec diffs, go ahead and pick them up, because they are very rare. And they even came with some up with some aluminum pulleys for up here, so you could even throw some aluminum pulleys on there if you want to. RPM even got in the act. Only thing RPM on it is this rear shock tower. There is a carbon fiber rear shock tower, but I have not been able to find that yet. So if you guys find one and you want to get rid of it, let me know. And if it's in decent shape, I'll buy it off you. Well, that's it. If you guys have any questions about the 1998 electric Fortec, hit me up in the comment section below. I'll do the best I can to help you out, and we'll go from there. Until next time, you guys have a good night. Later.